all for being here, and thank you to all of those that will be here in the future rewatching, and I'm honored to show up with you and for you and to be a part of the Infinity community. So I'm really thrilled to be with you all today. I will just tell you a little bit about myself. My name is LillieBrook. I have been involved in the Infinity community for a number of years now. I met Gabrielle at, I think, 9 years old through my parents, and joined her first youth program then, and fell out of touch, and then came back in touch with her just 2 or 3 years ago, and have been training with her since, and have started up my own personal practice. And if any of you are interested in working with me, I would be happy to work with you, and you can send me a message through my own personal page or through the Infinity healing page. So we're going to be doing a couple of different things today. The first, we're just going to reset our primal brains. So this is something that we've done, most of the practitioners have done to begin with almost every time. It's a really basic tool in Infinity, and I use it all the time. It's really helpful for resetting the fight and flight responses, which can be really active right now because of fear and panic. So just letting our primal brains know that there is really, in the present time, nothing that we need to feel threatened about just in this moment. And of course acknowledging that there is a lot of global fear going on because there are threats, so not to discount that either, but to bring ourselves into the moment. So the primal brain access points are the atlas points, and you can see, sorry, my earring is in the way, if you go right behind your ear, there's a bone, and if you go right to the soft spot below and behind your bone, you're going to find exactly where the atlas point is. So you can put your hands there, and we're going to press in as we breathe in together. So take a breath in and press, and release it as you exhale. And we're going to do that 4 more times, so 5 times altogether. Breathing in and releasing on the exhale. Breathing in and pressing and releasing on the exhale. One more time. I think that was 4, so we'll do 1 more, and just pressing as you breathe in 1 more time, and releasing on the exhale. And now we're going to flip that around. So as you breathe in, don't put pressure, and then press as you breathe out. And 3 more breaths. And last one, pressing on the exhale. Perfect. Okay, and I'm seeing people's names pop up, and hi everyone, I'm so excited to be with you all, and thank you for joining me, and thank you to all of those that are going to be watching the replay, and I'm so excited to be here with you. Okay, so we're going to talk a little bit about portals next, and These are really amazing to help us process energies and to remind us that we have more than just a body and that we're part of a greater energetic source. Yeah, so we're going to invoke two portals. One is going to be a gifting or receiving portal that we can nourish ourselves from. And the other is going to be a processing portal that can help us transmute any energies that are coming up that aren't feeding us and are not required for who we be. So I'm going to invoke us a processing portal together, and I'm going to invite you to find a place for your own gifting portal. So just picturing in your mind's eye a place that really feeds and nourishes you. It could be real, it could be a place that you've been, it could be some place that you've made up. So one of the really beautiful portals that Gabriele La Chiara, one of the founders of Infinity, has invoked many times that I hadn't heard of was to put the moon in the center of the earth and to use that as a portal. So it can be something that you've made up, but just a place that you can really receive and nourish yourself from. I love using places in nature, so I'll use streams or waterfalls, different plants and flowers. Sometimes I'll use smells, so I love using the essential oils to help invoke the memory recall of that as well. So I'm going to invite you to just take a moment and find a place that will help nourish you and help you show up in any and all ways that you're now ready to show up. So just taking a moment and find that place for yourself. Beautiful. And I'm going to do this receiving portal activation for you, and I'm going to offer it to you, and choose it if you want to, and if you don't, then don't choose it, but I'm just going to offer it. So I'm going to invoke and can't proclaim and pronounce this gifting portal, that whichever you have chosen, to be in direct communion with your infinite being, to gift you with any and all energies that are now required or generative for your physical body, and for the highest and purest embodiment that you can be. And activate change and generate healing immediately. Just allowing yourself to receive. Good. And then I'm going to invoke us a portal together to help us process. And I'm going to use just the core of the earth. So I love to picture from my tailbone extending down all the way into the core of the earth, roots that are bringing me into the center of the earth and grounding me, and invoking that the core of the earth can be helping us transmute any and all energies that we actually don't. So I'm going to invoke this portal for us together, and you can just, as you breathe in, I love to use the gifting portal to breathe in. So I'm breathing in from that place of nourishment, and as I breathe out any and all energies that I no longer need into the center of the earth. So you can use that visualization if you want, as I invoke this portal for us. So I'm going to invoke and can't proclaim and pronounce this portal of the center of the earth in direct communion with each of our beings, to magnetically attract, cherish, transform, and transmute any and all energies and entities that are no longer required or generative for our physical bodies and for the highest and purest embodiments that we can possibly be. And activate change and generate healing. And just taking a few breaths as you breathe in once again, nourishing yourself from that portal, the gifting portal. And as you breathe out, releasing what's no longer necessary for you. sure I'm caught up. Hi everyone! So amazing to see all of you pop up. It's so sweet. Yay! Thank you, all of you, for being here. Next I'm going to dive in and talk a little bit about inquiry. Swift did this a couple days ago. She did an inquiry about judgment. That was amazing, and I love inquiry. I use it all the time. So inquiry is just asking a question to bring up more awarenesses, and these are completely open-ended questions. And the idea is that they really have no agenda. So no points of view about what the answer should be, and there's no right answer, no way that you should be playing. It's just really an exploration of what more awareness is possible. So today we're going to play with a question that I drew from the Infinity deck earlier for our group. And the Infinity deck is something that Chloe Urban designed, and Gabrielle wrote up all the questions and activations for. It's really beautiful. You can find them on the Infinity Practice website if you're interested. And the question that we're going to use today is, what would it take for me to receive abundance and joy with total ease? This question feels really potent right now. Excuse me. So many of us are in solitude, and I know personally a lot of my joy and what feels like abundance to me comes through the interactions that I have and the connections that I have with my loved ones and with my friends and those around me. So to ask this question and just say, what if there is really another way to find abundance and to find joy, even in these times where our usual resources might be not possible. So I'm just going to ask this question 10 times, and how we phrase inquiry is the question is asked and a minute is given for any awarenesses, and the awareness could be an answer popping into your head, it could be a shift in consciousness, maybe your shoulder felt tight and now it doesn't, or maybe all of a sudden your head really hurts. So just allowing yourself to have awareness of anything that pops up for you. So inviting you to feel any shifts, and maybe there won't be any shifts, and to trust that whatever is going on in your consciousness is happening and is right where it needs to be. So I'm just going to ask this question and give a moment to pause. If anything pops into your head that you want to share, feel free to type it into the comments. Those of you who are watching the watch party on my personal page, I don't have the ability to look at those comments right now, but I will be sure to look at them after, and your energy is still popping in, so I still feel you. And yes, so I'm just going to ask this question and allow you to feel whatever you feel, and after a minute I'm just going to clear anything that comes up with the Infinity short activation, which is just activate change and generate healing immediately. And if you're interested in learning more about those activations, you can go on to theinfinitypractice.com, and under the blog there is a whole segment about the activations and what they are and why we use them. And, so feel free to go and check that out. So yes, we're just going to do this inquiry. So what would it take for you to receive abundance and joy with total ease? And just allowing yourself to feel anything that comes up, any awarenesses. And activate change and generate healing immediately. And let's take a big breath in through the nose and on the way out. Good. And what would it take for you to receive abundance and joy with total ease? Amazing. And activate change and generate healing immediately. What would it take for you to receive abundance and joy with total ease? And allowing any awarenesses to pop up without judgment, and allowing them to pass by as well. Noticing sensations if they're shifting and changing, and just allowing yourself to feel. And as you continue to breathe, just to know that the portals that we established are still working for us. Good. And activate change and generate healing and be. And what would it take for you to receive abundance and joy with total ease? And activate change and generate healing and be. Just got a notification, just gonna have to make sure that my battery is gonna last. Okay. Low battery, so if I pop off, then that's why, but I'm thinking we'll make it to the end. Good. So, amazing. I'm just seeing comments. Yes. Yeah. Amazing. Felice, I'm seeing your comment, and that feels really true. She says, feeling heard and seen and acknowledged in my communication with loved ones. Yes, totally. That feels amazing. So let's see, what else would it take for each of you to receive abundance and joy with total ease? And activate change and generate healing immediately. I'm just going to ask it 2 more times and allow yourself to see if any new awarenesses pop up for you. Receive abundance and joy with total ease. Amazing. And activate change and generate healing immediately. Whew. Allowing things to shift and change. And what would it take for you to receive abundance and joy with total ease? And activate change and generate healing. Amazing. Thank you. I see faith in being myself. That feels so true. And how as we show up more fully as the people that we be, the more able we are to receive our own joy and abundance. So yes, thank you. Thank you all. Amazing. Allowing what is in the present moment. Yes. So bringing ourselves into the now and the here, and believing in yourself. Yes, totally. So no more stories. Thank you, Adam. Yeah, amazing to really allow ourselves to forget all that we know about ourselves and come in new. Amazing. Yay. So I'm going to move into doing a couple divinity activations just to finish us off. The divinity activation is the first one that was channeled through Gabrielle, who channels Kuan Yin, where most of the teachings have come through. So thank you to Kuan Yin and to Gabrielle for all of the teachings that they've brought. Amazing. So we're going to do some divinity activations, and I'm going to say these words, and if you know them, feel free to say them for yourselves as well. And I'm going to command the activation of the divinity in every cell and particle of our bodies and in your body. Activating the divinity in each and every one of our cells and particles, and bringing that through the center of our infinite beings. And I extend that divinity throughout all of you, and through all times, spaces, dimensions, and universes. Activate change and generate healing immediately. And I command the activation of the divinity in every cell and particle of your body. Activating the divinity in each and every one of your cells and particles, and I bring that through the center of your being. Extending it throughout all of you. And all times, spaces, dimensions, and universes. Activate change and